Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to begin our social studies class with chapter 4, the rise of regional kingdoms. Dear students, in last class we already discussed about many much more things, like we finished at the Vijayanagar Empire. We discussed about Vijayanagar Empire, Harihar and Bukka, foreign travelers, Krishna Deva Raya. After that, now we will going to start with administration, which type of administration is being there, which type of economic condition is being there. We will discuss about that thing. Administration, the king was at the center of the power. We can say that whole of the empire is under control of king only. A council of ministers assisted him, like today's council of ministers is also here. According to that, on that time also council of ministers was there, and they assisted a king for any type of help. The empire was divided into mandalams, means complete whole of the empire was divided into mandalams. Mandalams means provinces. Each mandalam or provinces was headed by a governor, means each mandalam have a governor. And nadus means districts is also part of that empire. Istalas means sub districts. Gramas means villages. That type of classification we can watch on that type of administration in Vijayanagar Empire. We can say that on that time Vijayanagar Empire was completely divided into many steps, like mandalams means provinces. Each mandalam was headed by any governor. Nadus districts, Istalas sub districts, Gramas villages. Local self government, a characteristic feature of Chola administration, means on that time local self government is also be there because of the help to the people on the ground level. Decade during this period, village administration became feudal in nature. Administrative posts also became hereditary. On that time, administrative posts are hereditary. If any officer is being there, then after his death, his son will be officer. That type of system we can watch on that time. That type of system is known as hereditary system. Increasingly, the king became dependent on feudal lords. We can say that king is also dependent on that type of system. Because of that, he also have to follow that type of rules whichever followed by another rules previous to him. Now we will discuss about economic condition, which type of economic condition is being there in Vijayanagar Kingdom. Vijayanagar Kingdom prospered in agriculture, trade and commerce. We can say that Vijayanagar Empire is completely developed on that time according to agriculture, trade and commerce. Revenue from land was the main source of income. We can say that completely economy, completely that money is based on the revenue only. The empire is getting money from revenue collection only, according to land collection or something like that, marriage collection. On the time of the marriage of the any farmers, they also have to pay tax, and after that according to profession also they have to pay tax. According to sale of goods, if you are selling anything else, then the criteria has been decided there by king. According to that you have to pay tax. Now, like now we are paying tax, that type of taxes also we have to pay on that time. In addition, there were other taxes such as on the property, sale of goods, profession, marriage, etc. First type of taxes here, revenue from land was the main source of income. It was levied according to the fertility of soil. Fertility of land means according to farmer's land condition, he had to pay tax. If is any farmer's farms or land's fertility is much more than other, then he have to pay much more tax than anyone else. If he is selling any type of goods, then also he have to pay tax. Otherwise, if he is selling property, selling of goods or profession, marriage or something like that, if any farmer's daughter or son's marriage is being there, then also he has to pay tax on that time. A flourishing trade enriched the empire, and after that, that type of trade make empire more beautifully and enriched complete with all of the facilities. End of the Vijayanagar Empire. How's that empire is going to be finished? The empire became weak after the death of the Krishna Deva Raya. We know that that empire is completely dependent on Krishna Deva Raya also, all because that was a great ruler. The neighboring kingdoms of the Deccan joined hands and defeated the rule of Vijayanagar in 1565 in the Battle of Talikota. When they defeated Deccan's kings, when defeated Vijayanagar Empire's kings in 1565 in Battle of Talikota. In Talikota's battle, Vijayanagar Empire is going to be defeated, and after that, with the defeation in the fight, the Vijayanagar Empire is going to be end. Dear students, now we will discuss about the Bahamani Kingdom. Bahamani Kingdom is here, like at first ruler is here Firoz Shah Bahamani, which ruled from 1347 to 1422. After that Mahmud Gawan 1463 to 1481. After that conflict is also been there, like Deccani Pardesi conflict, and after that we will discuss about administration, and after that we will talk about end of the kingdom, how the Bahamani Kingdom is going to be end. Let's begin the Bahamani Kingdom. Alauddin Hassan was the founder of the Bahamani Kingdom. We can say that Bahamani Kingdom was founded by Alauddin Hassan. He had risen in the service of person named Gangu and is therefore also known as Hassan Gangu. Means his name is Hassan Gangu also. He became the king in 1347 and took the title of Alauddin Bahman Shah. He became the king in 1347 and after that he took the title of Alauddin Bahman Shah. He started a dynasty known as the Bahamani dynasty. According to his name, that dynasty is known as Bahamani dynasty. The Bahamani kingdom remained in power from 1347 to 1527. We can say like that, about 180 years. They ruled till 180 years. It is a big time period. We can say that it is a long time period. 180 years is too much long period. At its greatest extent, it included the whole of the northern Deccan up to the river Krishna. First Gulbarga and then Bidar were their capitals. At first they made Gulbarga as their capital. After that they decided to make Bidar as their capital. Firoz Shah Bahamani and Mahmud Gawan were the most powerful people in the kingdom. If anyone asks you about the Bahamani Kingdom, who was the powerful ruler, then you can say that Firoz Shah Bahamani and Mahmud Gawan both are very powerful kingdom. I wrote their name also here. Firoz Shah Bahamani and Mahmud Gawan both are very powerful ruler of that Bahamani Kingdom and ruled about 180 years. After that, Firoz Shah Bahamani 1347 to 1422. Firoz Shah was a powerful ruler. He defeated the Gond king Narsingh Rai and annexed some of his territories. He also conquered the Raichur Dog from the king of Vijayanagar. Means he was a great king and he captured many type of forts, like Gond forts also captured by him, and Raichur place was also conquered by him in the place of the Vijayanagar Empire. However, he soon lost it again. Firoz Shah was a learned man to migrate to his court. Under his Deccan became the cultural center of India. He made the Deccan as the culture center of India. After that, Mahmud Gawan came to rule in 1463 to 1481. Mahmud Shah III was the ruler of Bahamani, had made Mahmud Gawan his wazir. Gawan contributed a lot to make the kingdom more powerful. Mahmud was a Persian by birth. According to his birth, he was a Persian, means Parsi by religion. He came to India and settled down in the Deccan. He began working at the royal court and soon became a favorite of the king. At first he started to work as a king's assistant. We can say that he started to work in royal court and finally he became a favorite of the king. For 18 years he managed the affairs of the kingdoms. He expanded the kingdom and reorganized the administration. Whenever he feel like that rule is not good, he talked to king and changed that rule, and king was happy with him because he suggested him correctly. Mahmud was a patron of learning, means he liked to learn. Whenever he think like that, whenever he got a chance of learning anything else, then he was ready for learning that type of thing. He was well versed in mathematics and literature also. He encouraged the growth of Urdu. Many scholars from Persia came to the Bahamani court. He also built a magnificent madrasa in Bidar. Where he built madrasa, he also built a magnificent madrasa in Bidar. Bidar is a place whichever set as a capital. After that, many students from different parts of India and abroad came to this madrasa to study. Not only from India, from out of the India also, from foreign countries also, from abroad countries also, people came to here for learn Urdu in that Bidar madrasa. The madrasa also had a library which had over 3000 manuscripts. How much? 3000 manuscripts was there on that time. Deccani Pardesi conflict. Dear students, now we will discuss about Deccani Pardesi conflict, how it happened. The kingdom was a witness to continuous conflict between the two groups of nobles at the court, Deccani and Pardesi. Two kings groups was there, and whenever conflict is going to be happen with both of them, that type of incident is mentioned here. The Deccanis were of local origin. The Pardesis had to come from Iran, Turkey, Arabia, and Central Asia. Means Deccani means from India only. Pardesi means from another country, from abroad. They were looked upon as foreigners by the local Deccani nobles. The two factions were always scheming against one another. Mahmud Gawan was a Pardesi. On that time, Mahmud Gawan was also a Pardesi because he also come from Turkey and he was a Persian by religion. He failed to unite the two groups. His opponents had conspiracy against him and had him executed in 1481. And finally, in 1481, he had to leave the rule. After that, administration. The Wazir or Wakil headed the administration. Who was the head of the administration? Wazir and Wakil. The other senior officials were the Amir Jumla, means head of finance. Amir Jumla means head of finance. Wazir Asraf means head of foreign affairs. Like now also ministers are there, foreign ministers, agriculture ministries, many type of ministries are there and that are controlled by our ministers. And Sadr Jahan, head of the religious and judicial department. The kingdom was divided into many provinces called Taraf. On that time, that kingdom is divided into many provinces, small provinces, and that are known as Taraf. Each province was under a governor called the Amir or Tarafdar. Each province was under a governor, and that is known as Amir or Tarafdar. He was paid through Jagirs, means they didn't give him salary. He had to pay according to Jagirs, means they had to pay any type of land or something like that. The governors had their own armies. They helped the king with men and equipment in the times of war. Whenever war is going to be happen, then they help with their army, men and equipment, and many much more things they have on that time. End of the kingdom. How the kingdom is going to be finished? The later kings were weak. This led the governors in the provinces to declare their independence. By 1527, the kingdom had split up into 5 independent sultanates. On that time, 15 after Mahmud Gawan, the complete kingdom is going to be finished, and that's divided into many type of sultanates like Ahmednagar ruled by Nizam Sahis, Bijapur ruled by Adil Sahis, Golconda ruled by Qutub Sahis, Berar ruled by Imad Sahis, and Bidar ruled by Barid Sahis. Dear students, it's about the rise of the regional kingdoms, how the regional kingdom is going to be started, how they finish, which type of rulers are there, which type of administration are there, which type of economic condition are there. All that thing we discussed in this chapter. Dear students, I hope you understand all that thing. And about that thing, we can say like that it's a bright history, and because of that we know that how the history's moments is going to be happen, and how regional kingdoms and kingdoms are divided into many parts or something. Many things we can learn from that thing. Dear students, it's about that's regional kingdoms. Thank you.